I'm Johnny McDevitt, the BluePrint Engines product manager. I came to know Austin when he sent me a message on an online forum. He knew who I was from seeing me in some BluePrint Engines videos, and he knew who BluePrint Engines was, and he saw that we sponsored this forum, so he sent me a message. And the message took me a couple times to get through. It was just a very, very humbling and was really taken aback reading this message about Austin's journey and his story and where life had led him. And he goes on to tell me that he has this disease known as MSA, and it's a terminal disease. It's incurable, and he's made it his goal in life to just help anyone that he can, to start a charity, to raise awareness and just fight this disease. And what really just set me back was, if you receive this diagnosis, you could, I'm sure, go to a pretty dark place pretty fast. And Austin, just through his optimism and just what an amazing guy he is, the first thing he thought of was to start a charity and fight this disease and help any other individual that he could out there in the world fighting this. And that just speaks a lot to his character and then what a quality person he is. So this Dodge Dart that he got, it was a clean car, but the engine that was in it was not at all reliable. Didn't run great. I think it was sold to him supposed to be a 340, ended up being a 318 with some crazy camshaft in it that was never going to run on the street for an engine of that size. The heads weren't right. So his original ask to me was, do you have any used parts laying around? Is there any old dyno stuff that you could maybe cut me a deal on? And I remember thinking to myself, like, we're probably the largest performance engine manufacturer in the world. And this gentleman, as humble as he is, he didn't come to us asking for insane amounts of money or even for an engine at that time. It was just, hey, do you have any parts laying around? And I'm like, man, let me see what we can do. We should be able to help this guy more than just some used dyno parts. And we were in a weird spot in production where we were changing our Chrysler engines from flats Havoc cams over to rollers. So we didn't have anything sitting on the shelf, and I wasn't sure we were going to be able to meet his timeline. So at one point, I even had an engine here at my house that I had taken out of a running driving car, and I was ready to send him that if our we weren't able to get one together for him. So lo and behold, we were able to get an engine together. Just cut him a nice deal on it. Again, it wasn't even a gimme. It wasn't even something he asked for. Just wanted to support his cause and support him. And just one of the most grateful guys I could ever imagine. Again, it isn't like we even gave it to him. He paid for it, and he was still just grateful that we were able to work with him and help him on price and stuff. And to me, probably still my most grateful customer to date, and it just speaks a lot to his character and what an awesome guy he is. So got the engine installed in that car, helped them with some tech and everything on how to install it. I think he did it himself, or did most of it himself, which was awesome, especially being in a wheelchair. Got the car driving. He's used it to go to car shows, and he's back to promoting his cause. Him and I still talk quite frequently, and he lets me know what he's doing with his short films and his videos and everything, and that's awesome to see him have success there and meet his goal of spreading awareness for this disease. And got to tell me the other day that he did a burnout in the car with his daughter for the first time, and that was just the coolest thing for her and him to do together, and that's just great to hear. And that's what we really like to do at BluePrint Engines is revive projects and help people out in the world. And there's a lot of people out there just have an old vehicle that just needs freshened up, and that's what we're about. And I couldn't think of a more noble cause to help than Austin Crawford in his journey here. So we were privileged to be part of this project and getting his Dart back on the road, and happy to work with him.